Okay, back again. The camera went flat. Okay. So basically, when that goes in focus, the capacitor goes to the outside one, and the wire that comes from number one goes to the other one there, as you can see. Alright, the next step is to get the negative wire, the earth wire that comes out of the board, goes to the switch. Solder that in there quickly. So that one there goes on the top, and then the earth wire that comes off of the 9-volt wire that you've made, that goes onto the other side of the switch. No worries. So that basically is how that goes. The wire from the 9 volts like that, and the wire out the board goes out to the top one. Then we'll put some 9 volts in there. That just packs in. Flick the switch on. Okay. Some plug. Now you need one of these plugs. When that plugs in there, it disengages the LED like I showed you in the last video. It basically shows you that it's on. But now what you'll need is one of these. The plug that goes into the you'll also need a couple of wires. Okay, what you'll need to do is solder one to one side of the pin and the other one to the other side of the pin. And I'll show you, I have one here. It's been soldered on. Basically one wire goes to one pin, one to the other. You slide that up and screw that on. And what you want to do, get 2 pins, stainless steel pins, solder them onto the wire and tape them up like that, like I have. Okay. And basically to show you how you've wired this thing, basically you got the top positive, this one here's a negative, 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 and off the battery negative. So that's basically how the board is. This one here is the negative side, this one here the positive. Okay, and where we started with the 2.2 or 2.4 from number 1 to number 2, which is this basically here, the 2.4 that goes to number 2. Then we went the 150 k ohm from number 1 to number 3, which is from number 1 goes up the top 150k to number 3. Then we had the 100k ohm resistors, these two down the bottom here, which is the ones that come out of number 3, and they go down here to the negative, and one goes up to the positive. So that's that basically done. Then we did the wire from number 1 to number 6, and from number 3 to number 5, which is this one here, out of number 3 goes down to number 5, and from here the wire goes from number 1 down to number 6. Okay, then we have the wire that comes out of number 7, which is this wire here, and that went to the trim pod, which is the middle of that one there, which is the trim pod. And then out the other side of the trim pod, this is there, you have the middle, and then you have the end pin on the trim pod. Well, that there goes to the middle. This one here goes to the 820k resistor, which comes from there to the plug, which is basically from there up to the plug. So that's that part done. This here is the 9-volt battery setup. True fact, you need 3 lights. I've only done it with 1. When you put 3 lights in, there's supposed to be a lamp here. If you look here, there says B3, B2 and B1, which means bulb 1, bulb 2 and bulb 3, which is, it's supposed to have a bulb in between the like how we've done it, but we've only done one here and not one here, not one here. So it's up to you if you want to put them in there. All that does is it makes it a little weaker. The strength isn't as strong. If you do it with one light, it's a lot more strong. You'll feel the strength a lot better, where if you do the 3 lights, it's not as strong. Okay, this one here is number 8 to the positive, which is that little pin that we did from up here, number 8 to the positive. Number 4 was this pin here to the negative, which is that one there, number 4 over to the negative. They're the 2 pins that we cut. Then we have this one here, which is from number 2, that little brown capacitor, which goes to the negative, which is number 2 to the negative. So that's basically that. Then we have this one here that comes out here, which goes to the plug, which is the number 1 wire. This basically comes out of number 1, goes to the plug. And then this bottom section, we have the diode goes that way. The diode goes that way, and we have our lamp, our capacitor, and that goes to the other plug. That's basically the whole setup. If you have any questions, thanks for watching, and hopefully you can build 1 or 3 or 5. Good luck.